Okay, so I'm just checking if I can see you in live chat, so give me one moment. I'll be right with you guys. Let's put the volume off and go into live chat, not top chat. And let's have a look at who's here. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing okay today and you've had a good day wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. So I'm back now to finish off this texture piece that we started on the last live. I've had a very busy day today, so it's not going to be a very long one today. It's going to be quite short because there's only a little bit left to do on this beautiful textured beach, seascape, mixed media artwork. I'm going to give you a close-up to what we've done so far, and the sea is pretty much dry, okay, and the sand is not 100% dry because in parts of it it's quite thick, so it's going to take another day or two to fully dry out. So I can, when I press it, I can see it's actually quite, it's dry on the top, but just under the surface it's still a bit wet. So that's not going to really affect us because we're going to work with the edges, the shoreline today. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply some sea foam or sea froth or crashing waves on the beach with a palette knife and texture paste. That's the plan today. So I'm just going to have a look at who's here. We've got Cat's Fluid Art Creations. Hi, lovely. My day has been hectic. They had parties after parties today, my daughter. So, and there was like a 40th birthday party of a friend in the evening as well. And they're completely shattered and flat out. So am I. The kids are in bed, which is lovely. And I'm looking forward to bed tonight. But it was really lovely. There was live music and DJ as well, and lots of friends, lots of sweets and little treats for the kids and cooked food. It was lovely. It was a really lovely event. And in the morning, the girls had a party to go to as well. So it was a very busy day. Lots of shopping as well along the day. That was my day. So we've also got lovely Linda, the chatbot. The chatbot Beanie used to be called, didn't you? And we all had bean names. I'm trying to remember what mine was. What was my bean name? From I think it was it G Paul's group? I can't remember. It was one of the groups. It was so long ago now. Was it Sweet? I can't remember what it was. Somebody gave me a couple of nicknames. Um, I'm sure it'll come to me. I'm not good as hot today. Oh, bless you. Well, yesterday was super hot here. The kids jumped in our little blow-up pool in the garden when I came back from school, last day of school. And today it was honestly really cold and damp and wet and grey. So we've had a complete change in the weather, which is the usual case here in the UK. We never know. We can't keep up with it. I am in the UK, you know that, Cat. But Linda isn't, no. What else have I missed? Byron. Hi, Byron. I hope you're okay. Just recently uploaded a shorts video imitating Belle and the Beast. I'll take a look as soon as I get a chance. Byron, great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And we've also got Fiona Popovic. Hi, Fiona. Lovely. Thank you for joining us. I know we have very busy lives and it's not easy to join lives or watch videos that often these days. We all seem to be super busy naturally. So I really am grateful for you guys for turning up. It means a lot to me. Thank you. So let's have a look at this painting and see how it's dried so far. So you can see the beautiful glisten from that iridescent and mica paints that we put in. We can see the lovely texture over it as well. You can run your fingers over this. It's completely dry, that sea part. I really like it. It's very different. I love that. It's just pure paint with no water mixed in, applied with a palette knife. So palette knife painting, I think it's really, really nice. And there's lots of little highlights as well there. The sandy part, let's have a look at this. So the sandy part's lovely. Those shells and stones and gravel have seriously kind of embedded themselves. I never really had to push it down too much. And they're glued on. They're perfectly glued on in that sand. And, you know, I could apply a fixative towards the end if I chose to, but I think that's quite sturdy and I'm really happy, especially with the starfish there. It looks perfect. I'm really happy so far with the beachy side of it. We are going to add waves today. And to save some time, I've started to mix up my texture paste. I'm going to move this aside, just up here. And I'm going to just bring over my little tile. Tiles are great for mixing on. So what I've got here is the same as what we did yesterday. So if you guys were on the live yesterday, most of you were, I think, you would have remembered what ingredients I used. And I ideally wouldn't have to repeat myself. But if anyone's here for the first time or watching this video on replay later, I might just go through what this is. So this mixture is pretty much structure paste from Viva Decor, about 1 part of that, 1 part of the modelling paste from Pebio, and then some normal table salt. Okay, so you can use the larger granules or the smaller granules. It really depends on what kind of texture you're looking for. Okay, so you can get kind of salt rocks as well, all sorts of things that you can add. So really use your imagination, use whatever you think you've got available or what you think would look nice, depending on what kind of artwork you're creating. So I've added some salt. I'm going to add a bit more salt again, and it does really soak up some of the moisture. Oh, the fourth ingredient was actually white acrylic paint, titanium white acrylic paint. I added the Amsterdam brand. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. Ideally, I would have preferred this was a bit kind of left for an hour or so it's drier, but it's fine. We can still work with it. Shouldn't be a problem. If I'm mixing funnies because I'm trying to look at the chat as well, so over to my left. Okay, cool. Let's do a bit more of that sand, and then I think I'll be happy. Not sand, salt. I keep saying sand, but I have got white sand as well, actually, with a bit of glitter in it. Maybe that would have looked nice, but let's just stick with the salt for now. Okay, yeah, that's a bit more like the texture I want. Now, I would have added some of this just to see what it does, but I don't really want... There's it's a slightly different colour. So it's not exactly white, it's kind of gone off white, sort of a pale creamy colour. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to stick with white because I want the waves to look white. The edges of the waves, or whatever you call them. So that's it, I'm done. And I've been thinking or racking my brains, because this is such a small piece, I didn't really want to use any of my really large palette knives to apply it. I think I would probably have a mishap if I used one of my palette knives, simply because they're quite big. And I'm thinking about what else I could use that's sitting around here. And I think I found the ideal thing. Let's move this back here so you can see it. So what I have is some of these fluidart.co mixing spoons. Okay, I also have the Colour Art one, who I'm an affiliate with. I just don't know where they are. They're somewhere around here. I'll dig them out. I've got quite a few of those as well. So I think because of the curved edge of this, I think it would be perfect to apply. So what I'm going to do is going to turn it so I can get better access. And I'm going to pick up my texture paste, and I'm only going to pick up a very small amount because I want the lines, ideally, in theory, obviously practice will differ, but in theory I want the lines to be quite small, and I'm going to kind of try and brush them out without taking away too much from the sea. So wish me luck. I'm just going to try and get a little bit of this onto my little stirring stick, and I'll just show you what I mean when I... So this is what I've got so far. I don't know if that's actually looking... It's not really... Oh, yes. So that's how much I've got, and it is curved. Oh, you're talking about my accent, Byron? I've started to get my voice back. It's taken an absolute while, but it is coming back, thankfully. I'm still a little bit crackly, but Yeah, it's taken a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do this. It's quite hard really with it being flat, so it might not work. So I'm going to press it down and there. Okay, and I'm going to do that again and again to try and hopefully create a line. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. Okay, and then a bit more. Oops, that's too much probably. Let's just get some off there. And then I'm going to get my paintbrush and I'm going to kind of just like brush it out. This brush is a little bit crazy. It's well, you can see what I'm doing, I hope. So I'm kind of just guiding that out. You can see this, there's salt in there, the salt granules. Go a bit closer to that. So I've got quite a few collabs coming up soon. I've got one with Ayush's Crafty Kids Club, and that's up in, I think, August. And then I've got one with Colour Art. As I said, I'm an affiliate, so there's one for Colour Art, which I've yet to think of an idea for. So if you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments. And then we've got, what else have I got? Quite a few of them. Another one celebrating Bubbles' birthday. So that's Kayleen Simmons from Venom Fluid Art. And we're celebrating her birthday, so I can't wait to do that one. What else have I got? I know there's quite a few. So I'm very wary now. I just realised that I have to be careful when I'm placing these because this spoon thing, whatever it is, this spoon is creating a specific kind of line, and I'm not sure I want all of them to look the same. So I'm going to go with a palette knife now and see if I can change it up a little bit. So, how will I do this? Yeah, it kind of worked. It's not exactly curved though. This is tricky without the right shape and size of a palette knife. Maybe I need to turn my palette knife. Yep, that's kind of working. And what I don't want it is it to look like there's a sharp line there. There, that's better. So I guess I could just play around with it a little bit. Have you got any bright ideas here? Let me just check. Hi, Laurie. Hi, honey. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well and you're feeling better. Hi, Lassie Farm. That's Stefan, isn't it? Oh, I want to say a big, massive shout out to Lassie Farm. Thank you so much, Stefan, for your blessings or super chat that you did about 10 days ago. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you. I will put it towards supplies. And we've got the beautiful Cat Pender, Tony's wife, but also a wonderful woman in her own right. And his channel is Hippie Dippy Painting Man if you want to check that out. But I love Kat, she's amazing. And who else have we got here? I think that's it so far. I can't scroll my chat up, it's just frustrating with this. Okay, that's fine. So let's just get on with the rest of this while you guys chat. So let's do the next bit now. So I'm just going to place it and then I'm doing it the other side. Now I kind of need to hurry a little bit as well because that paste is actually drying as we speak. So I'm going to get my bristle brush again and just drag that out again. So, and I can take the excess off in a bit of tissue on the side as well if it's too much and I feel like actually it's taken over. So I might just go back on it that way and you can see that it's actually reducing the amount of texture pastes on the canvas. And then go this way. So we are creating beautiful waves. There's a lot of paste on my brush, so I'm just really removing it. And I'm just going to push that up so let's go back into the palette knife again and look at how this is working. I'll just look at the composition a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit here. Okay. And then again, maybe a bit more. I think I'm being too gentle with it, really. There we go. I can just really push that. Okay, and a bit more. A bit more. So I'm just picking up the texture paste with my palette knife here. Nothing to it really. I'm just layering it on. Now I know that I'm kind of making it go that way because the waves are kind of going that way. So I'm trying to keep it in sync with what's happening in the waves. So that's looking really cool. I like it. Let's just try and do a curve here, shall we? No, that didn't work. I do need a bit more practice with this. Okay. I think I haven't got the angle quite right there, have I? Anyway, it kind of narrows out or fizzles out towards the end there, so it doesn't really matter if it's not curving too much. So maybe I'll add a bit more here. Right, okay, so that's looking really cool. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. I'm drying my brush as we speak on a little bit of tissue I've got here. So let's have a look at this. So that's what it looks like. I think maybe this light is a bit bright. Turn it down a little so you can see. So we're just going to maybe take some off. There's a lot on there. We take some off, put it back on the tile. We don't actually need that much on there. And I don't know about you guys, but once this line is done, I think we should do a second line, but it's a thinner one, a little bit further along. And I think that would really bring it to life. That's my view of it. Let me know what you think. Yeah, Laurie is beautiful. Beautiful heart. Beautiful soul. She does support so many artists. You're right. I can vouch for that. I can testify to that, Linda. I hope you've been having a good day, Kat. I hope Tony's okay. I know, like, we have good and bad days, don't we, all of us? And sometimes the bad days take over the good days and with health issues. And I really hope he's okay and he's doing better. And you are. So I'm just going to add a little bit in this end. It's a little bit missing here. I'll maybe take it over the edge. Okay, so I'll fix the edge at a later time anyway. So I'm going to drag that out. I'm using like a very stiff bristle brush because if it was smooth and flat, we wouldn't get this kind of texture. It would pretty much look white and dragged out and very uniform. So I like that. That's really nice. I'm going to bring it up to you and show you what you think. We'll ask you what you think. So this is what it's looking like, the shoreline. Okay, I guess I could go in with a little brush, like a mini, if I can even find one, a mini brush, and just give it a little bit of, you know, like, but I am going to put some shadows under this as well, so it looks a bit more realistic and 3D. So I really like this. I think I'll give it a few more squiggles here and there so it doesn't look so perfect without ruining it. I think that's cool. I really like it. I'm going to now just add another line and then I think we'll be done for now, unless you guys want me to do anything else with it. Let's see, so Okay, so we've got the gorgeous Evelyn here. Hi, Evelyn from Orlando. And we have Sheldon as well here. Hi, Sheldon. Oh, I'm really glad you like it, Laurie. I'm really glad you like it. It's only a small piece, but I'd love to do this on a much larger scale. And we were talking about this yesterday, and I think there was ideas. I don't know whether it was my idea or someone of you mentioned it, but putting different things on the beach as well. You know, like a little deck chair, 3D deck chair, and other things. You know, parasol or something would be quite cool. Or a little pair of flip flops, maybe. You know, or putting fish or seaweed. I think Byron mentioned seaweed, either on the beach or in the sea. You know, just thinking about froth as well, and maybe spraying this with a bit of white. Actually, I think we might spray it with a bit of white too. Or we might just go in with a, if I can find a small, I mean, we can put some of this paste onto it. If I can pick it up with my, and just put lots of little dots in there to make it a bit more realistic. I think maybe that's a bit too big, but if you see what I mean. But anyway, we'll do that later. I think what we need to do now is just do the second line. So yeah, to make it more realistic, we can just add lots of little bits to it. I think maybe spraying it would be better. Anyway, let's do the second line in similar fashion. So we don't want the second line running parallel. We want it to be slightly different, okay? So we need to really think about what angle we're going to do. So the angle I'm going to plan to do is I'm going to start off here and kind of go thicker this way. So there's a wider space here and a narrower space here there. So if you've ever been, of course you've been on a beach, if you looked out at the sea, you usually notice the waves coming in kind of lines, but not straight lines, very, very haphazard lines onto the beach. So we'll probably start off, and maybe I will use that pen I mentioned. Let's draw it in so I know where I'm going to, where have I put that pen? Trust me to lose them. I did have it, but maybe we won't do it then if I don't know where it is. Okay, yeah, my brain's gone today. We've had such a busy day. Okay, we're not going to find that chalk pen. Oh, actually, I've got a different colour. Let's see if one of the other colours works. Blue. So these are the chalk pens I mentioned yesterday. The liquid chalk. So I could ideally put in a line here, right? So let's see. So let's start somewhere around here. And maybe just widen it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. I don't really need it to be very dark or anything. I think I quite like that. Let's do that. Now I'm going to go back in with this little mixing spoon. And we're going to just do exactly what we've done. But what we need to do this time is make sure it's a thinner line. So I'm just going to take the excess off. You don't want too much, remember. So there's lots of little tricks like this. So we're just going to just find a line, just spread it on. So there we go, one. Let's do it again. Here. And then again, maybe I'll use a palette knife this time to stop it looking like there's lots of similar shaped lines here. So, okay, and then again, and this is super fun. I wondered if there's something that you guys would like me to do in terms of a new project. And it can be anything, mixed media, glue gun. If there's something you really fancy, I think one of the things that people were talking about recently in a group chat I was in is about where people get the inspiration and like inspiration block. But I'll be honest with you, I really get inspiration block because when I look around me, I see so many ideas and so many like things you could connect, like connecting dots, connecting ideas, connecting different mediums and using this different mediums together or using different techniques together. I'm never short of inspiration. And there's so much I want to do, but time is my biggest problem, not having time to do it. So, and the other thing is as well, one thing that might demotivate me is usually if I'm doing it for someone else, I'm usually more motivated, which is why having a commission is amazing for me, because I feel super motivated to do the best of my ability for that person. And it helps me actually achieve more as well in the long run, because I try and aim high to please them and do the best I can. I end up creating even better work than I would if I wasn't doing that. So I am very much motivated by what other people would like to see and ideas other people have that they may not want to or may not be able to execute themselves, but they'd love to see. So I'm just going to make sure I'm covering that blue line I made. See, if it was white, I could just wipe it off afterwards, actually. It is chalk, right? So it's liquid chalk, so it should be erasable. It is erasable, of course it is. So I actually used to use Taylor's chalk on it, and sometimes it showed up. And also the other thing you can use if you're drawing onto painted canvases, what was it now? Yeah, watercolor pencils, because they smudge off with water afterwards, so you kind of have the luxury of just smudging that out as well. You can't see them as much as Taylor's chalk. That's the one downside, but you have to really squint sometimes. But they do work as well if you haven't got Taylor's chalk. Or if you haven't got this liquid chalk stuff. Erasable liquid chalk, I think it's called. You can get it on Amazon, by the way, if you wanted it. And if you plan on doing embellishments and things, they're really useful. So, okay, so we've done that one and a bit more. So, I might go back in some places because, go. And I will have a look in the live chat in a second, guys. Hope there's no one waiting for a response from me. It's just quite hard doing this and then keeping an eye on the live chat as well. I don't know how people do it, to be honest. Okay, I think that we've got those on, and I need to just put some more in areas that... There we go. We really want it to kind of rise up, so you've got that little kind of texture that's kind of rising up, you know? So not just a case of... And you can really push it. That looks cool. I like that. Now, I think it's time to go in with a brush again and drag that out. Make sure there's enough on this side and right on the corner there. I want it to be okay. Yeah, that's good. Right, where's that brush gone? I'm just going to check what's going on. Add some seagulls from above. That's a good idea. I'd have to learn to draw seagulls first. Yeah, I like the patchwork effect as well. Look at that. It really catches the eye. Thanks, Laurie. I've done chopstick dotting before. You guys are talking about food, I'm imagining. Okay, you want the glue gun, Byron. Okay. Right, I'm going to now just drag this out. And again, I'm going in this one particular direction. It's crazy how fast the time on lives goes. Tell you a funny story, but I actually, some of you know that I teach for a living at university level, and The oldest student I've ever had in my 20 years of teaching at uni was a 72-year-old lady, and she was amazing. I loved her. She was one of those, like one of my favorite students, those lifelong learners who know that learning never really stops, or it shouldn't. We're always growing, no matter what age we are. She was one of my oldest students. And then the biggest class number or size of class I've ever taught, you wait for it, you won't believe it, but was 180 master students. And this was about 2 years ago. The smallest class has been about 12, but it's anything in between. And 1 year I had, I think there was like 5 modules I ran and taught. One of them was 35 students, one was 180, one was 120, and another one was 80. So this range from foundation level all the way up to master's level. And I had 2 PhD students as well to supervise to completion. So I am a very busy lady, and I don't tend to talk about that side of my life on my channel. And what's funny is I've kept it very separate in the past. But I was thinking of doing a video where I can do like a meet the artist sort of thing, where either I'm being interviewed or I have a set of questions from the audience and I answer them about what my life is really like, outside of doing the art. I don't know if anybody would be interested in hearing about it, but it might be interesting. I've seen other channels do things like this, meeting the artists, and like I said, I'm not new to teaching, I'm just new to teaching art. I never thought I'd ever teach art. But like I said, it is fun. It's a passion. I love doing it. I feel like I'm myself when I'm doing it. Not that I'm not myself when I'm teaching those other subjects. I am, but this is the real me, I think, when I'm doing art. So this is what I feel the most happiest doing. I think we all have that one thing that really kind of de-stresses us and makes us happy as well at the same time. So yeah, this is looking good, and I don't know if I'll just add a bit more further along, or maybe take it in a little bit in places. So the great thing about seascapes and beach paintings is nothing has to be perfect, and it's great for those of us who don't want it to be perfect and don't mind it looking imperfect or haphazard or crazy like a sea storm or whatever you want it to be. This is why so many people enjoy doing it, this abstract kind of seascape type of painting. I'm by no means any expert, but I really enjoyed doing this piece. I have done another piece in the past, and there was things about it I loved, things about it I hated, if I'm honest. And it was because I was learning. I was learning about things like what kind of paints and pigments create what kind of paint mixed up, how they blend with other colours. And I'll quickly show you that as well, I think. 1 second. And this was really experimental because I actually, here it is. I think you're a bit too close to it. 1 moment. I'll just try and make you taller. Go up. Please don't move. Right, okay, so this piece. So this is actually an acrylic pour background, and there's loads of colours in there. If you can see the iridescence there, the glowy cells. I don't know if I can catch that. This light is weird. But I then painted in some fish. And I put the white lines over the fish so it looks like they're under the water. There's a turtle. And then below, what was interesting was the sandy bit. And I guess one of the things I didn't like was how golden this sand was. It was super, like, kind of gold. Sort of a rose gold colour. So to me, it was very abstract. It wasn't very realistic. Whereas this sand looks much more like a real beach to me. So this sand here is definitely much more of a real beach, kind of that real feeling, than this, which is more abstract. Not to say there's anything wrong with it, it's just everybody's got different tastes. Also, I think I overdid it a little bit with the seashells. It was the first time I kind of used them, and I was a bit like, yes, let's throw them all on. And these cute little shells with the little pearls in, I love that. And what was really experimental about this piece, and if you've watched my previous video where I create this on my channel, it's there. This stuff here is the sea foam, was actually me creating this texture from scratch using, I think it was like glue and fairy liquid and stuff, and I mixed it up and blew bubbles into the concoction and created these this stuff, this texture. And it's quite interesting, isn't it? You know how that looks. There's a whole piece. It's quite pretty. You might be wondering why hasn't she sold this? Well, I'll be honest, between my day job, the kids, running this art business, I literally have no time to sell anything. I don't have a website like others have. I don't really have a shop online, and I don't have time to post even if I did. So, um, I think I've only ever done like 2 or 3 markets in total because of the time element. Like for all of us, it's difficult really finding the time to do things when you've got so much else on. But I love creating, and have sold a few pieces without even trying to sell them, which is really sweet. Thank you for those of you who bought things. It really makes my day. But yeah, I have, like I said, sold a fair bit without really trying because people do love the work, and when they do, they come and they ask for it. So that's really sweet. Um, okay, so I think that's enough of me waffling on. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. So I'm going to fix that up later. So that's what it's looking like right now. I'm going to quickly check back on the chat. Matters of the Heart, Nat, I think that's short for Natalie, isn't it? Hi, Nat. Thank you for being here. Bill Robertson Art. Hi, Bill. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. For those of you who've just joined, we're just finishing up this beautiful piece of art, this beach seascape, whatever you want to call it. We've just added the final kind of touches for now. And this is the sea, kind of the shoreline and the froth on the waves. And we use texture paste to do a white texture paste, okay? And I really, really like it. I really do like it. I think it's a nice little piece and it's quick and easy to do. It's great to have you here, Nat. What was that, Sheldon? I'm just trying to scroll back and see if I missed anything. Something with pine cones. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe you can elaborate. Unless someone else was asking you something. I like the idea of the seagulls from above. I think you'd be better at that than me. There's some things I know I have limitations with. Thank you, Kat, and thank you, Nat. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you guys for saying it's nice. And I'm just going to show you all of it now. So I did do the texture on the sides as well, as you can see, and I did paint the sides. I might need to add a little bit more lighter blue on the sides there just to make it perfect. Gotta be careful I don't press too much into the sand because it's leaving thumbprints. It's still a little bit soft underneath, so you can leave dents in it. And I like the sea froth. I do. Scraping that out, actually, I think it works. Obviously I need to fix that top corner there a little bit and just make sure it's fully covered. Yeah, it is. It's covered. Okay, that's cool. I really like it. I think this is beautiful. I'd hang it on my wall. I don't know about you. It's nice. It's simplistic, and it's really pretty. It reminds me of the beach. It reminds me of, happy days at the beach and the beautiful sounds that you get out there, the relaxing sounds, and being back to nature. Thank you, Bill, for saying that you love this piece. Thank you, Kat, sweetheart. Really appreciate it. I think that's it for today. Oh, I quickly wanted to talk to you about something. So for the next live, I need to come up with an idea, and there was something I've been meaning to try for a while. And the reason it might be a good idea is because I already have the texture paste mixed up, so why not just use it instead of waiting for it to go hard and unusable? So if you remember back, when I did the butterfly piece, that's actually being posted out because it was purchased. That butterfly mixed media artwork I created. If you remember back, it was texture paste to begin with, and I created this. I put all my texture paste in this piping bag, which I'm just unraveling now. It's still very soft. Okay, it's perfect and it's usable, and I want to use it up. So I was thinking for the next one, what we could do is create something else. Now, I want to hear what you want because I've been thinking flowers maybe, but large flowers where we use this texture paste and a paintbrush, maybe some gold leaf or anything else to create textured flowers that are raised up from the canvas, and using a brush to kind of smooth it over and create something. The other thing we could do is, I don't know, create a textured bird maybe. So when I say that, what I mean is having like a relief painting, impasto, I think it's called, but having a bird that's 3D on a canvas. And we could use palette knives to create the feathers and things. And that's another idea that could be done. Something to play with, something to experiment with and see if I could do. So there's quite a few challenging ideas. So this was probably the easiest one. Just do a simple flower. Hummingbird. Okay, Laurie. Okay, so I actually love hummingbirds. So that is a good idea. I think I have a painting with a hummingbird here somewhere behind me. No, it's in my house, sorry. But that's strange. I must have taken it in. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna probably do one of those two ideas for the next live, unless you have a better idea. Once this live is done, if you've got a better idea and you think it'll be better than doing a hummingbird, 3D relief hummingbird, you're really sticking out from the canvas using palette knife painting, texture paste and that sort of thing. If you've got a better idea, pop it down in the comment box, okay, on my video, and I will take it seriously and I'll really consider it for you, okay? Kingfishers, my favourite. They are so beautiful, the colours on them. I love the orange and the vibrant kind of blue orange together. They look gorgeous. So you don't have hummingbirds in Australia, do you not? I could have sworn I saw, so maybe you don't, I don't know. I could have saw a video of somebody in Australia with hummingbirds, but I might be wrong. Unless they were in captivity or kept in somewhere specific. I'm also into jeweled bees. Oh, that sounds cool. You don't mean diamond painting, do you, Laurie? Diamond painting, I don't think I'd be good at it. My daughter's had some diamond painting kit and I just got super frustrated with it after about 3 of them. So I don't have the patience for that. There's some things I have patience for, other things not so much. Kingfisher, kookaburra, an iconic Aussie bird. That'd be cool. Yes. I've got to be honest. That's not, I don't even know what a kookaburra looks like. So what colour is a kookaburra? Yeah, Laurie, yeah, I nearly lost it with the diamond painting. I was just like, why do people do this? It just, it just because it takes so much time and precision. Do a harlequin macaw. Oh yes, I love macaws. Beautiful, beautiful birds. And so many colours. I'd have to really mix up quite a lot of the texture paste with quite a lot of colours. That sounds like a great idea. I really like the kingfisher. I like the kingfisher idea because as a child I used to draw them all the time and paint them, or not paint them, pencil sketch them a lot of the time. Swans, kingfishers. The other thing I was obsessed with was dragons. I did loads of dragon paintings. I'll show you them one day when I find where I put them. And this was as a child, like a 14, 15-year-old, So we've got some really good ideas here. Kookaburras are very earthy tones. Okay, I'm going to Google it after, Fiona, to see what they look like. So my top two, I think, are either the kingfisher or the macaw. I really like the idea of the macaw. Bit more work with all the colours, but it should be fun. So let me have a think about it over the next day or so. And I'll come back to you with a new project. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. Thank you for, all the support and love you give me on the live chats and in the comments. Those of you on Patreon, those of you who are channel members, or whatever little you can do. I really do appreciate everyone and everything you do. It is giving up time and energy for you, and I have to acknowledge that. Okay, so I think I have a series of birds lined up. Well, only if the first one goes well. Okay, if I tank the first one, yeah, I'll probably quit. Because if you think about it, that kind of relief work, you need really thick texture. And some people even build it out of clay. So air drying clay is a possibility. And I do have some of that. I think I have a half a packet left, so it could be something we could roll out and shape and create on a canvas. That's another idea. Kookaburra is a brown and cream with beautiful teal accents. Really? Yes, send me any pics of your macaw. Definitely, Fiona. Got my message on Facebook. So yeah, if anyone wants to contact me, by the way, I've got an email address. It's taslimamaya.art@gmail.com. Or if you want to contact me, I'm on Facebook Messenger. Just send me a request or join my art page and message me there. Or join my group, which is Acrylic Pouring and Mixed Media by Taslima Maya Art on Facebook. And you can always have access to me then to discuss things. So, okay, that's it for now. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you all. Love you all to the moon and back. And I will hopefully see you on Sunday with the Fluid Art Express. We've got our usual lineup, all amazing artists and friends on there. Pen and Fluid Art is up after me, obviously. And we've got all the others, Christy, Creations by Christy, Sharon B. Fluid Art, Hippie Dippy Painter, man. I think Bubbles is having a little break, bless her, just to put, just to deal with some things. So yeah, she might not be on this week or she might be off next week. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'll see you on the live chat if you're available on a Sunday night. Otherwise, have a fantastic rest of your day and thank you again. Bye for now.